Got it.
Welcome back, artists. You now have 2 hours to complete your installation in the mixed windows. So let's get started. Good luck.
I definitely had concerns with getting it done, basically the whole time that we were doing it. All I could think about was oh my gosh, all we have is this chandelier, and it's falling apart, and that's all we have. And we had nothing on the wall, you know, we had nothing sitting up on the floor. Once we dressed the mannequin, and I kind of took a step back the whole time I was weaving in and out of these stupid things that I had dangling from the ceiling. But when I looked back and saw them in the space, I was much more sort of satisfied with what was going on overall.
Well, right before the hour mark, actually, we were working on our big giant mural, our big circular mural, and it was taking a lot of time because we didn't realize how much fabric we'd actually need to use for it. So, like, we had packed a ton of it, but after a while we were running pretty low. But we ended up finishing it, and it was still within the hour mark, so we still had an hour left, and we decided to use our time with the thing that would take the most amount of time first. So that's why we did the mural first, and it actually worked to our benefit.
During the whole building process, I was kind of peeking a little bit at the other team's work. And as far as I could tell, they weren't really too much of a competition at the time.
While we were working on our side, we were looking over to the other side, but it was really hard to see them. I mean, even though we had the windows facing each other, there was all that glare in between, and I could hardly even see them working. So from what I could see, you know, I could see a little bit of the chandelier, but the rest of it I couldn't. So we were just so focused on our own stuff at the time.
Morning everyone, and congratulations artists, did a great job. And to introduce our teams, we have Team Red, starting with Ryan and Katie. And Team Blue, we've got Jordan and Elise. They did a wonderful job. Thanks for your work under pressure.
Thanks. And now to introduce you to our judges, first we have Dawn Knowles, who began her art career working for the family business at Martin F. Weber Paints. She now works as publisher at DNA Publishing for Interactive Artists magazine. And next we have Leslie, co-owner of Mix and a fine artist herself. She's also owned 2 stores previously in Ann Arbor and Key West. And next we have Ed, also co-owner of Mix, who has a background in audio-visual work, set design, writing, and directing for film. And finally, we have Mary Thiefels, who's an artist as well as the founder of Treetown Murals. Her collaborative murals can be found all over southern Michigan. She's also the board chair for 555 Nonprofit Gallery and Studios in Detroit, as well as the visual arts coordinator for Neutral Zone in Ann Arbor. All right, artists, and now we're going to give the judges a moment to deliberate, so let's give them a few minutes and come on back.
Well, I am going to give my vote to the blue team. I was really kind of captured by the mandala and the use of the space. I felt like that drew me in, made me want to look around. The ceiling was used. I definitely. This is a tough call because there are a lot of strengths to the red team as well. But I'm gonna give my vote to the.
I'm going to stick with the red team. I think both teams did very well, given the challenge and given the materials and the time. But I like the completeness of the thought. It seemed intuitive and creative, and it had a lot of ingredients to the blue team.
I agree with you about the creativity of the red team, but I'm also going with the blue team just because I really feel like the composition was stronger and more inviting. I find the red team to be, it's a little too chaotic for me, but different elements of it I find very interesting. So I'm going to stick with Jordan and Elise.
Well, I'm going with the red team. I'm going to stick with Katie and Ryan. I really like the freeness of it. I like the unique. It was very colorful. It attracted my attention. I liked the way they utilized the space. I loved it. I loved the mannequin and all the concept that they had going in there. So I am going with the red team. So I'm not quite sure what.
So now what?
You're having a problem or causing one? What seems to be the issue?
Hi, Jonathan. Thanks for stepping in. We had a great kind of dialogue about the two teams and really had a lot of positive things to say about both. And because of that, there was a split. There are 4 judges.
And you're down the middle, huh?
Down the middle.
Looking at the net result, and that being said, I think I am leaning towards, and I agree that it is a tough decision. So I'm leaning towards, and I guess that's enough.
All right, so it seems that we've come to a decision. Are all of you content with that decision?
Yes.
All right. Artists, you guys can come on up. Now, judges, do you want to take a moment to go over a critique of some of the items?
I thought all the judges were great, to be honest. They seem really fair as far as like their compliments on everything. They pretty much had the same ideas that I was thinking. Like as for our team and the other team, what they said stood out were the main points that we were trying to make stand out, which I thought were really good.
It was a very, very hard decision. I thought that they were colorful, they were unique.
When it came down to the judges talking to us about our pieces, they definitely gave a lot of great feedback on both parts, I think, both for improvement and what we did very successfully. They had a great balance of both. So a lot of what they had to say was very true and very helpful. And you just wish you could jump back and fix things just really quick, but you can't.
And now, artists, we want to let you know that it was a very tough decision today. And we actually, after the 4 judges evaluated your work, they came to a tie.
When they said it was a tie, I got a little bit nervous.
I could tell that, especially towards the end with the hour mark left, everyone was getting really tense, and I knew it was going to be a close race.
So we had to bring in Jonathan. Now he hadn't heard any of their deliberation.
Well, at first I thought, well, okay, they're just being nice. But then when they explained it, I realized, okay, well, they had to pull somebody else in, and they had to pull Jonathan in, who's a wonderful artist himself, to judge our pieces, which, threw a twist on everything.
He hadn't heard any of their deliberation, but just had to pick, based upon your final product, a winner. And so, today's winner is blue team. Congratulations. We have a prize for you guys. And Team Red, we have something for you guys as well. And then we also had one more thing, Dawn.
I just really thought that everybody did such an amazing job, and you really had a great expressionistic side and creativity of putting everything together. And I publish a magazine, and it's an interactive artist magazine. And I wanted to give each of you a 1-year subscription to Interactive Artist Magazine. So.
Even though we lost, I still think our piece was really good. It was a fun piece to work on for sure. I think it was really fun to make, and I think it was just a good time.
I'd say that it's a really cool experience, a really cool opportunity. I had a lot of fun, and I mean, I got to do an installation in downtown Ypsilanti, which is like totally cool. You know, like how often are you just like, you know, that's mine, so check it out.
Doing this whole installation project definitely has made me want to collaborate with other artists in the future, because I haven't done that very much before. I had never done an installation piece before, and I had never worked on camera before. So both of those aspects being thrown at me at once were kind of stressful, but being put on the spot and being put in a stressful situation, sometimes I work a little bit more efficiently and more thoroughly. So it definitely has inspired me to want to work with artists more often now.
I think that what AMP has done, it was really, really great. I'm actually amazed with all this production and what they've been able to put together, and all the food and coffee, and they're all very, very, I guess, hospitable to us artists, and that was awesome. I haven't seen much of what AMP has done before, but now I'll definitely pay more attention.
Thank you for watching Clash of the Creators today. Check us out at emuamp.com. That's emuamp.com, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
Prizes for this episode of Clash of the Creators are provided by Massage Mechanics, EMU Bookstore, EMU Library, A2 Yoga, Martin F. Weber and Interactive Artist Magazine, Blue Wolf Grill, Cumulus Broadcasting.
Go team!